In this video, I'll show you how to recreate the scene where Frieren uses magic to locate a silver mine in After Effects. We'll go step by step, covering everything from character animation to magical effects and lighting to match the original anime feel. All the assets and the final After Effects project file are available in the description below for you to download. If you enjoy the video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe to support the channel. Now, let's get started. All right, let's start with the first scene. Here, you'll need a background like this, along with the magic orb frames in both large and small sizes, separated into different layers. For now, hide the orb layers so the focus can be on the background first. Next, duplicate the background layer, then use the mask tool to draw around the glowing blue area. Set the feather to around 100 to keep the edges soft. After that, apply turbulent displace to create a subtle motion in the background. You can follow the settings shown here as a reference. Add keyframes for amount, size, and evolution, but keep the adjustments subtle so the effect doesn't feel too obvious or unnatural. All right, that's looking pretty good. Next, pre-compose the two background layers and give it a proper name for easier management. Then bring back the large magic orb layer and start creating the effect where the background gradually appears as the orb passes through. First, select the background layer, then use the mask tool to draw a circular mask at the first keyframe. Set the feather to around 200 to keep the edges soft. Next, enable keyframes for the mask path. At the second keyframe, expand the mask until it covers the entire frame, like this. While working, use the mouse scroll wheel to zoom in and out for better control. If the motion feels a bit stiff, press F9, Easy Ease, and adjust the graph to smooth it out. Now the animation should feel much more natural. The motion is done, so now it's time to refine the effects for the magic orbs. First, soften the edges and help them blend better using the roughen edges effect. Duplicate the layer and lock one copy to avoid accidental changes. Rename the other layer to keep things organized. Next, add a glow effect to create a soft outer light. Here, use two blue tones to match the style. After that, add a subtle deep glow on top to enhance the brightness. Duplicate the layer again and rename it Distance. Remove the glow effect and instead apply distance gradient to create a soft blue rim around the orb. Set the opacity to around 30%. Duplicate this layer once more and apply a stronger deep glow on top. Increase the opacity to around 50% for a more visible effect. At this point, the result should look pretty solid. Finally, repeat the same process for the smaller magic orbs. Feel free to adjust the settings as needed or follow the values used here as a reference. You can save time by copying and pasting these layers or effects. However, to make it look more natural and less repetitive, it's better to adjust a few parameters like timing, size, or brightness for each layer. Even small changes can make the effect feel much more organic. Finally, change the layers using distance gradient to screen blending mode so they blend better with the scene. Then do a quick overall check to make sure everything looks right. Next, bring in the transition frames that were prepared earlier. Enable time remapping and adjust the timing at the end of the scene so it flows smoothly. After that, add an adjustment layer on top and use brightness and contrast to fine-tune the overall look. All right, now let's take a look at the final result. For the second scene, a background in a similar style is also needed. To save time, the timeline for Frieren's animation frames has already been set up here. In this part, she raises her staff, followed by looping frames for her clothes and hair flowing in the wind like this. First, create a new particular composition to build the background effect. Add a new solid, then apply the particular effect to it. In the emitter settings, change the emitter type to box. Increase particles, sec to around 300. Next, adjust the emitter size, set X to about 2000 and Y to around 1000 to cover the frame. Lower the velocity to around 4, then move the timeline earlier so the effect appears sooner. Add keyframes to particles, sec, bringing it down to 0 at the end so the particles fade out naturally. In the particle section, increase the life to around 100. Set the size to about 2. And apply a flicker preset to create a subtle twinkling effect. Do the same for opacity over life, then change the color to blue. At this point, the particles should start to look like a starry night sky. Next, duplicate the layer. On the new layer, reduce particles, sec to around 150, increase the size to about 4, slightly lower the velocity, and change the seed so it doesn't match the previous layer. Finally, remove the flicker from size over life to create variation between the layers. Alright, go back to the main composition and place this effect above the background layer. To blend it better with the scene, I'll set the blending mode to add. To make the effect stand out more, add a few extra adjustments. First, apply a subtle glow to boost the overall brightness. Next, use the star glow effect. In the preset, choose white star, then tweak the threshold and streak length slightly. After that, switch the color to a spirit tone to give it more depth. Finally, add another light layer of deep glow, and that should complete the look. Next, create a new solid to build the magic effect, starting at frame 37. In the original anime, this part uses hand-drawn frames, but here, optical flares is used to save time. First, go into the options panel and disable all stacks, keeping only the spike ball. Then, switch to the editor tab and adjust the settings as needed. You can also follow the values shown here as a reference. In addition to spike ball, add a shimmer stack and tweak it to add more detail to the effect. Make sure to adjust the color, reducing the white so the light doesn't look too harsh. Once done, click Apply and set the blending mode to Screen so it blends nicely into the scene. Go back to the effect controls and adjust the position of the effect to fit the scene. Next, tweak the brightness and scale, then add keyframes for both. Around frame 46, the effect should expand quickly, then shrink back down by frame 53, creating a pulse-like energy motion. After that, add an expression to the rotation. Use a random value within around 10 to give it a subtle, non-repetitive spin. I'll apply a little deep glow, followed by an additional glow effect for further refinement. Finally, adjust the values as needed, and reduce the opacity to around 70% to keep the lighting balanced. Next, duplicate the layer and replace the glow effect with star glow for further refinement. On this layer, focus on the shimmer settings. Increase the amount to around 200 to make the effect more visible. Then add keyframes for detail starting at 0 on frame 53 and gradually increasing to 10 toward the end. Next, duplicate the layer once again. Using the same approach, this time apply the streak stack to create a horizontal magic effect like this. You can adjust the settings to fit your scene, or simply follow the values shown here if you want a quicker setup. Since this layer was copied from the previous one, the effect looks slightly misaligned. To fix it, simply remove the random expression in the rotation. Adjust the keyframes so they better match the timing of this shot. In the flicker settings, increase the values, amount, and speed to make the flickering more noticeable. Then refine the star glow parameters and remove any unnecessary keyframes in the shimmer section to keep things clean. Finally, copy the glow effect from the previous layer to complete the look. Once done, do a quick final check to make sure everything feels right. Finally, you can use similar effects to create additional magic streaks like this, adding more energy and depth to the scene. There's also a subtle reflection effect added when Frieren raises her staff at the beginning, similar to the original anime. This part is totally open for creativity, so feel free to adjust it however you like. Alright, now let's take a look at the final result. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe.